Hi everyone, welcome back. I know a lot of us are starting to get back to the norm and going back to work, so I thought that I would focus on a sequence for an at-home or at-your-desk yoga. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you have one of those wheelie chairs and you can adjust the height, go ahead and adjust the height so that your feet are flat on the earth. Maybe you have those nice shoes on, whatever it is, can you let your shoulder blades melt away from the ears? Proud chest, let the crown of your head rise towards the ceiling. Starting to settle into this breath here. And maybe this is a good opportunity for you to take a break during your day. Maybe it's a great opportunity for you to come back to your intention and come back to your purpose for your day. Taking full, deep inhales, and then releasing that breath, allowing the shoulders to melt away. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs, let the collarbone expand. And then exhale, release. One more full, deep, intentional breath here. Fill the belly, fill the lungs, let the collarbone expand. And then release your day, release whatever it is that no longer serves you. Starting to blink the eyes open, maybe you have a slight gaze towards the nose. And maybe you bring the palms out to the side, whatever feels good to you. Start to rock the neck in semicircles here, first bringing the chin down towards the chest. And then creating those semicircles, if it feels good to make those moves bigger or more grand, can you start to create a clockwise circle with your neck? Remembering to keep the shoulder blades melted away from the ears here. And moving in one direction, if it feels good, maybe you start to switch the direction to counterclockwise. Especially when we're sitting at our desks and on the laptop or computer, I often find myself really slouched over. And so this sequence is also really good to bring awareness to your posture. And sometimes we all just need that break from work, so once it feels good to start to switch those directions from clockwise to counterclockwise, we start to invite the shoulder blades into the party. So first coming back to a neutral spine, letting the shoulders melt away from the ears. And then starting to invite those shoulders to move and groove. First starting with those small circles, moving backwards. And if it feels good, maybe you switch that direction and start to move forward. If no one's looking, maybe you add a little extra dance move there. Or maybe you don't. Whatever feels good to your body here, switching the directions, making those movements a little bit bigger, inviting a little bit more energy. And then on the next inhale, release the shoulder blades down. Root to rise, rooting down from our feet, reaching all the way up, gaze is in between the palms here. Maybe the palms come together to kiss, and maybe you take a little back bend, tilting the chin towards the sky, tucking the tailbone in. And then exhale, can you melt down towards the earth, folding the chest onto those thighs. Maybe the palms don't touch the earth here, and that's totally okay. Maybe you can add a few blocks or books or whatever you'd like if it does not feel comfortable. Or maybe you start to reach behind the thighs and just let the head hang heavy. So the purpose of this is we're finding a decompression in the neck and spine. We're releasing those muscles that we use every single day at our desks and just allowing our chest to melt down towards the thighs. Taking one more full inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs. And slow and controlled, starting to walk the palms all the way up. Finding that flat back, taking your time. and coming back to neutral. One more time, root to rise, reach all the way up, bring the palms together to kiss. Maybe you take a slight back bend here. And then releasing the palms, swan diving, leading with the chest, hinging at the hips, letting the head hang heavy. Again, finding this moment of decompression here. Finding this moment to reset. And again, if your palms don't touch the floor, no big deal. That's not our ultimate goal here. Taking one more full, expansive breath in this pose, filling the belly, filling the lungs, and then releasing down. Inhale, start to walk the palms up the body and coming back to that neutral spine. Inhale, root to rise, reach all the way up, bringing the palms to clasp and kiss. And then starting to create a little twist here. So we're bringing the left palm on the outside of the right thigh, and then bringing our our right palm behind us. So we're finding a little twist, and maybe this is where you stay today. Or maybe you take one full inhale here, lengthen through the spine, and then twist a little bit deeper, sending the gaze behind the right shoulder blade. Remembering to let those shoulders melt away from the ears. And finding that twist. With every exhale, can you twist a little bit deeper? One more breath here. Inhale, fill up. And then exhale, releasing back through center. Root to rise, grounding down from the feet, reaching through our palms. They come to kiss and clasp. And then turning our body, sending the right palm on the outside of the left thigh. Maybe this left palm comes behind you to help you with that twist. Before we twist even more, can you take one full inhale? Lengthen through the spine, feel yourself get a little bit taller. And then maybe that gaze comes behind the left shoulder blade, finding a deeper twist. Remembering that with every exhale, it gives you an opportunity to twist a little bit deeper, if it feels good to your body. One more breath here. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs. And then exhale, maybe you release to center. Root to rise, reach all the way up. Gaze is in between the palms. Bring the palms together to kiss. And then folding forward, swan diving one last time to find that decompression in your neck and spine again. With that twist, maybe we need a little reset here. And if you find it hard to breathe here because your lungs are collapsed onto those thighs, maybe you lift the chest a little bit higher, finding that flat back. Taking one more full inhale here. And then starting to walk the palms up towards the body. Bringing the right foot to come all the way on top of the thigh. We're setting up for a modified pigeon pose on our desk or at our desk. And if your chair doesn't allow you to have all this space, maybe you move up a little bit farther if it feels good. So in this figure 4, grounding down into this left foot, bringing the palms down. We inhale, root to rise those palms one more time, and then release them down to the thighs. The left palm is on top of the ankle and the right palm is on top of the thigh. So here, maybe you start to press down if it feels good. And maybe you start to lengthen and lift in the chest. Finding that stretch modified pigeon pose. Maybe you feel a little bit of opening in the chest, using those palms to press yourself a little bit higher, growing a little bit taller. And then exhale, release. Root to rise, reach all the way up, bringing the palms together to kiss. And then maybe you start to fold over this right thigh. Again, maybe the palms press against the earth. Maybe they don't here, and you just find a little bit of a hip stretch. So here, can you simultaneously press the left foot into the earth while maybe pushing the right knee close to the earth as well? Maybe the palms come down to the earth, or maybe you simply hold the back of your chair. Holding on for this ride, taking one more inhale here. Fill the belly, fill the lungs. Exhale, can you sink a little bit deeper, finding a little bit more of an opening in this right hip? One more full expansive breath through those lungs. And then releasing, bringing the right foot down towards the earth. Inhale, bring the palms to the side. And then on the next breath, inhale, bring the left knee into the chest, finding that figure four once again. So adjusting yourself in your chair, whatever feels comfortable. First, starting to bring the left palm on the top of the left thigh, or on the side rather, and then the right palm is just resting on that ankle, or maybe a little bit farther out. Inhale, press the palms down towards the earth, lift the chest and chin, send the tailbone down towards your seat. And then exhale, maybe you push away from the palms, finding a little bit of strength here and a little bit of length through the chest and spine. With all the change coming back to work through the chaos of the pandemic, sometimes we just need a little break in our day. Sometimes if we take this opportunity just to reset and to recalibrate, our day gets a little bit better and brighter. So from here, we're root to rise all the way up, palms come to kiss. And then maybe you start to melt that chest down towards the earth, finding that modified pigeon pose here. So in this modified figure four or pigeon pose, can you start to send the left knee towards the earth? Grounding down into this right foot, simultaneously finding a flat back. So if the palms don't reach the floor and that's uncomfortable, maybe they come back towards the chair. Dorsiflexing, staying active in this left foot. Take one more inhale here. Fill the belly, fill the lungs. And then exhale, maybe you start to melt the chest down a little bit further, sending the left knee a little bit closer towards the earth. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then bring the left foot down towards the earth. Starting to invite the shoulder blades into the party as well. We root to rise, reach all the way up. Palms come together to kiss. And then take that final hunch over, finding that decompression one last time. I'm laughing to myself because I think if anyone watches this video, it will probably be my dad. He's the hardest person working I know, and hardest working person I know. And I laugh because every time I say earth or sky or use those words in yoga, he always says, "What is the earth? You're on a hardwood floor." So I'm just laughing at my dad, making fun of me and my language, my yoga language, but I know that finding this decompression in his neck and spine, he'd probably deal with it. One more breath here. Inhale, fill up. And then exhale, completely release. Inhale, walking the palms up towards the body. And then for our final pose, maybe you stand up here. We're going to come behind the chair and bring the palms around the armrest of the chair. So in this pose, this is a really great pose for that mid-back and even in the shoulder blades. Bending at the knee if your low back is having a few issues. And then starting to melt the chest down, creating that figure L with our chair. So here we're trying to find our flat back, so maybe you move the chair a little bit farther. And maybe you have a bend in the knees. Starting to melt the chest down further towards the earth if it feels good. And maybe you start to send your gaze towards the top of the chair. Running through a few cat-cow sequences with our backs and holding on this chair. Dropping the belly low, opening up the chest, sending the gaze high. And then exhale, grounding down into the palms, round the spine. Find a slight protraction in your shoulder blades, gazes to the navel. One more cat-cow for good measure. Drop the belly low, send the gaze high, open up the chest. And then exhale, ground down into the palms, round the spine, gazes to the navel. Coming out of this pose carefully, starting to walk the palms up your chair. And then coming into that mountain pose or coming about your day. But coming back into the chair just to recenter and refocus, bringing our awareness back to our breath. You have the rest of the day ahead of you. Can you bring your awareness to your intention? What is your purpose for the day? Thank you for spending a few minutes and taking a break with me at your desk. I hope these series of stretches helped. And if you liked the video, go ahead and hit subscribe. It was an absolute pleasure. We're going to go ahead and close out this sequence by reaching up, bringing the palms together to kiss last time. And then our palms come down to our heart center for gratitude. In this time of chaos and change, gratitude helps us fall in love with the life that we already have. And gratitude makes what we have in our lives enough. So thank you for spending a few minutes with me at your desk. The perfectly imperfect student in me bows, honors, and respects the teachers in all of you. Namaste.